Come on in, you guys. It's day number 140 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. All year long, I've been getting into that right there ice bath. This is the Morozko Forge, by the way. Big, beautiful machinery that makes its own ice, and it filtrates its own water. As you can see down there, the filtration system is doing its thing. There's actually a nice little filter here that I can yank off. You can see all the sediment and stuff from the water, so I can just scrape that right off and just throw it in the yard. And then about once a week, running water through the filter and getting it all clean, so we keep all the mechanisms of the Morozko Forge operating at full capacity. And if you're brand new to this, I've been getting into very frigid water. Let's take a look at the temperature today. 32.5 degrees Fahrenheit, so nice and icy. You'll notice at the bottom there's a big sheet of ice, but no ice at the top. But there is a huge sheet of the ice at the bottom that is developing. I was hoping it would release today so I could break it up and have ice on top of the water. I like the visual of the ice, but since it messed up and they had to get it fixed, I haven't had ice on top of the water in a bit, but still very, very cold. All right, so as has become my custom of my 5-minute ice bath videos, which, by the way, if you missed yesterday, I went 15 minutes in the 32 degrees. And so first time I've ever gone that long, personal record. Having reflected on that experience, I probably should not have gone for 15 just because I was a little bit disoriented while I was walking around. And it felt weird, but I was okay. Obviously, I recovered from it, but it was an experience. Plus, I had to do a lot of adaptations, lifting my feet out of the water and my hands out of the water. I'll always pull my hands out of the water so I avoid the numbness in the tips, but the feet got a little intense around the 9-minute mark yesterday. So back to 5-minute video, about 5-minute ice bath today. But I want to focus, all pun intended, in on a very important aspect of what an ice bath does for you. And it does. It improves your focus. So we'll talk about that when I get in the water. For now, let's set you down, get you all situated here. And we got 5 minutes on the clock, you guys. Once again, I'm going to put it closer to me so I can see it. Over there, I cannot see that. So I got 5 minutes on the clock, and here we go. In we go. And it's cold as a mofo. Oh, and it's a big sheet of ice. And it's very hot again. It's like 93, 92, 93. It's cold. It's really intensely cold, you guys. I added that Epsom salt a couple of days ago, and I wonder if that's made it that much colder. Somebody told me that when you add salt to your ice bath, that the intensity of the cold will go way up. I'm wondering if that's why I had some issues yesterday and today. I mean, this is super cold. I had to lift my hands out before 2 minutes. It was so cold. And yeah, Yeah, that's some intense cold there. I'm used to cold, but this is a whole nother level of cold. A little hard to catch my breath again, almost like when I first started doing these. All right, so let's talk about the topic du jour today, and that's the topic of focus. One of the things about getting into an ice bath that you'll notice in your life is you are focused. And look, when you get into an ice bath, it requires your focus. It requires you to zero in on several things. Number one, your breath. As soon as you hit that cold water, your breath is going to be taken away. And so if you don't start breathing deeply pretty quick, you'll start to get dizzy and possibly pass out. This is why I always focus on my breath as soon as I get in. I've been doing that since the very beginning of this challenge 140 days ago, and it's necessary. You have to remember to use your breath and focus on your breath. It's very similar. There's a fly around or bug around my face. It's very similar to yoga, where they tell you, okay, focus in on your breath and always return to the breath. Same thing with meditation, return to your breath. So this is no different. The other thing that it does is it makes you pay attention to what's happening in your body. So that provides you focus because, like for example, right now, my feet are starting to get pretty numb. I got about a little over a minute left, so I'm okay. But my feet are getting numb. I actually feel intensity in my shins and my calves. I feel the quadriceps are pretty numb. Of course, I am sitting on a sheet of ice. And so my butt feels numb. I can feel all those sensations. And what that does is it helps you recognize, focus, if you will, on what's happening in your body. I think sometimes we let things just come to us and we don't have a focus, and then we're like thrown off guard. Well, if you're focused in your life, and this helps to train your brain to focus, then you're better able to handle the things that happen in your life when they come up. All right, we're running out of time here. Counting down under 20 seconds. Let's go under the water. I'll be right back. Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. That is so very nice. So very, very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Let me take this off of the stand. It's easier to carry the phone without the stand. All right. We will ditch the stand slowly but surely. There's my stand, by the way. All right. Put on some shoes and go walk around in the backyard. Like I said, it's about 92 or 3 degrees today. Ooh, nice and toasty the last few days, giving us a precursor to summertime coming up. But focus, you guys. So many of the things that you learn in an ice bath, you'll find are transferable skills and traits that you want in your life. And this concept of focus is something that I think a lot of people struggle with in their life. I think sometimes people get so overwhelmed because they don't have focus. And then people also feel unproductive in their life, again, because they lack any kind of focus. They don't have anything that keeps them centered on tasks and checkoff list of things that need to get done in their life because they lack any focus. They just kind of willy-nilly fly in the wind. And I wonder how much doing some regular cold therapy, whether you start in cold showers or ice baths or whatever you're doing, I wonder if you would see some quantifiable change in your focus. I would love to hear you guys tell me your experiences, especially those of you who were doing this for other reasons, doing some cold therapy for other reasons. If you do it on a regular basis, and I'll count regular as 3 to 4 times a week, optimally daily, obviously. But if you do cold therapy 3 to 4 times a week, and you didn't even do it for the focus purpose of it, I would love to hear your feedback. Definitely share in the comment section below. If you do cold therapy, have you noticed any improvement in your focus? And it's definitely been great for me, because I'm able, and not that I lacked focus before I started doing ice baths, but definitely has enhanced what already came natural for me. And I want you to pay attention. This is the fun part of doing your own self-experimentation, your own N=1 experiments. One of the best things about that is it lets you just observe what happens. I remember several years ago, the first time I met Dr. Eric Westman, one of the ketogenic researchers out there. I wrote my Clarity books, Cholesterol and Keto Clarity, with him. And he made the comment that he did a ketogenic diet study, and he had one hypothesis of what they were trying to look for. Well, what happened in the study was they had spontaneous reporting of the effects that people were seeing as a result of being on the ketogenic diet. Well, over and over and over again, people reported that they lost their heartburn, that they used to have heartburn before they went on the keto diet. And after they went on the keto diet for his study, the heartburn went away. So in his write-up of the research, the headline became, "A ketogenic diet helps with heartburn." That was kind of the bottom line. And they had to admit, we were testing, diabetes and weight loss and all this kind of stuff, but the spontaneous reporting by the vast majority of the people in the study made them realize that they found a new conclusion. So for you, with the ice bath, with the cold therapy that you're doing, pay attention to any kind of changes that are happening for you, because you might see something as a benefit that you didn't even go into it expecting as a benefit. Like, I had no idea I was going to get near the mental health benefits that I have from this, that I have. I went into it expectant of various things. I went into it to help me with my deep sleep. That was one of the primary drivers of me wanting to do this. I also wanted to improve mental toughness, the ability to take on some challenges, because I do live that kind of a life where I want to be mentally strong. And I knew that this would help, and it has, by the way. Also, with the deep sleep, it has helped. And a couple other little things, just to see what would happen. But the shocking thing has been all these other things that have happened that I've noticed, like the extra energy, like the focus, which we talked about here today. Those are like intangibles and things that I didn't even have on my radar screen. So perhaps you're trying this for one reason. Don't be surprised if you notice that you actually have so many other things outside of that very narrow focus of what you think this is going to do for you. It's a pretty neat little concept that something as simple as making yourself cold. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're just making your body cold. on purpose, with intention. It makes a difference, guys. So I want to give you a quick update here at the end on my shoulder. You can still see the remnants of some bruising there. Let me get out of the sun so you can see it. A little hard to see, but the bruise on the arm, a lot better. You still see that one right there. So I've got pretty good mobility. I still have a little pain when I do these kind of movements, but I couldn't do this like a week ago. So the shoulder's getting better. I do go back to see the masseuse again at the first Saturday in June. So that's not tomorrow, not the next Saturday, but the next Saturday. And so I've been able to like get in there, because right here is where I had the big knot, and I've been able to get in there with my fingers and squeeze. I've been able to like run my fingers over this, and I can feel some of the knots in there and get them out. I've been able to go up under and really kind of work some of those knots myself. So once I kind of saw what she was doing, I'm like, I can work on those. And I worked on a couple of them today, and I got even better rotation benefits. So I think we're very close to getting my shoulder back in tip-top shape. So excited about that. Been kind of bummed I hadn't been able to lift. So as soon as I can get this knot to let up, we'll be able to get back out there and hit it hard. All right, guys, let me pop off of here for now. Thanks so much for watching day number 140 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. Me and that Morozco Forge, we're going to stick around a while because it kicked my butt today. It was super cold today. I don't know why that's so cold when I get in it all the time. You're going to have days like that. Mama said there'll be days like this. There'll be days like this, my mama said. When Jimmy starts singing, it's time to end this. So thanks so much for watching. If you're watching on the replay on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or even on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man. That's where I do all of these videos, upload them there. In the month of May, I'm away, but when I come back in June, I will be back going live again at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So that's where they will go live. And of course, they're on replay on all those other social media sites. And if you missed yesterday, I also announced that I have a brand new Instagram account all about mindset and mental health kind of content. Go follow that over on Instagram. And Mind Matters More, M-O-O-R-E. So it's MINDMATTERS and then MOORE, Mind Matters More. I've been doing a lot of interviews for my latest book, One Step Deeper Journal, The Foundations. So go get your copy, onestepdeeperjournal.com. And yeah, in fact, I'm going to see Brittany this weekend. I have copies of our book, and I'm having people start to request autographed copies. And so I'm going to bring all the copies that I have and have her autograph them. I'll autograph them. I'll leave a few with her. There's a bookstore locally that wants to carry our book where she lives there in Aiken, South Carolina. So I'll be going to see her probably Sunday. And yeah, I got to mow my grass. It's 90-something degrees. I don't want to mow my grass in 90-something degrees. So I'll figure out a time, maybe tomorrow, before it gets too uber hot to work on that grass. But all right, guys, let me pop off of here for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye, guys.